Um, I'm just paying attention, a little bit of attention to the uh, sunrise this morning because we're going to be partly cloudy today, but that doesn't always mean the same thing as in other states. The sun here will just burn those clouds off a lot of times. So right now it looks pretty nice. But in the meantime, while I'm waiting for that, I'm going to kind of just turn it this way. I brought out my impact driver. We're going to remove support stakes for gate. There you have it. There we go. Okay. Look at that. Looky here. Those are nice and sturdy. I can walk in. I can walk out. I can walk in. I can walk out. As long as I get no more than 32 inches wide, which means I can still eat a lot of food. See? As long as I can manipulate myself in and out, I can get much, much bigger. So I got a lot of room to grow and eat. So here I go. I'm inside the garden. Hey, JGP. Hey, Lisa. So there is the gate posts. They are the same height, by the way. It's just the, hey, Fairbricks. It is just the, what do you call that? Oh, it's that word. Anyways, they're the same height. They're level. It's because of the perspective. It's because of the perspective. I'm over here, so this one looks taller. It's not. They're the same height because they were level. Sunrise is dying out on me. But I kind of wanted to come out because I was hoping if it did pop, then we could watch a nice sunrise together. In the meantime, I don't know if you can really see this or not, but I have my onion patch. I have 50 onions in here. Half are sweet white, half are red. I'm getting ready to till some more today because I'm going to be planting in here some more. And then I'm putting my fence up. My fence here I'm putting that up this morning. That's going to separate my asparagus patch from my pole beans. All right. Oh, we are getting some red. So let me do this. Let me bring this over here. Let me see if that'll get me a better bird's eye. Right there. Okay. Okay, we're starting to burn a little bit there. That's nice. Welcome to March 1st, 2026, everybody. I got my coffee, got my sunrise. And I have my bench. Hey JC, I'm just going over the sunrise. I took the braces off of my gate that I cemented in the other day. So now I can build the gate for that side. And then hopefully I'll do a step-by-step of me building my, hopefully a 6x8 little tool shed by the garden. Keep my rake, my spade fork, the tillers and everything out there. It's gonna be an open face. Just gonna keep the, it's not gonna be anything expensive. It's just gonna keep the elements off the tools and near the garden, because my shed is about 150 feet away on the other side of the house. Oh, mine are just, yeah, mine are just real simple. I do the fence gates. I'm just going to take some, well, let me show you guys. So you can see the cloud cover with the sun. It's starting to, it's pink. I don't think we're going to get a great sunrise, but sometimes this is my favorite part of the sunrise is the pre, because that's when you get all the color and the color separation in the sky. As soon as the sun pops over the trees, typically you get that glaring bright ball of fire, where this is kind of peaceful. I do have some good news over in those trees right there. You see all those pines and cedars here? There's a big owl in there. I heard him hooting a little while ago. So if he stays hopefully in this area, then that'll hopefully cut down on a lot of any rodents or rabbits or squirrels. I don't have a lot of squirrels. I don't have any squirrels actually here. There's not enough trees for them around my house. But last year we had tons of rabbits. This year I saw one rabbit last night and he took off into the field. So, hey Natty. So that's the sunrise so far, but I do want to show you guys, I've been busting up pallets. So here's my irrigation system I'm starting. This is my water shut off here. So with all the frost, I cover it. I have foam down in there, insulation. Then I cover it with my cardboard and a pallet to hold it down. But I have my water there, and then I'm doing my irrigation system a little bit different than my son. He's going to do his with the drip irrigation. I don't do drip irrigation. And then those are all, I've been breaking up all my pallets. I think I've showed you guys before. So this is all just old pallet wood. And I chopped them up yesterday. And then all the way around, I'll come in with my weed trimmer and I'm trimming it down. And then this will go on the inside. This will go on the outside, like that. And then I put my wood screws in and pinch them together. So they're like that. Then that will go all the way around. That'll go all the way around the fence. And then when I do my weed trimming, instead of having the weed trimmer get cut up in the fence and having it slice the wire all the time or the string, all I'm doing is edging up against the wood, inside and out. All my plants are at least a foot to 18 inches inside the fence, so I can just walk around the inside with my weed trimmer. Rocket surgery. Okay, you see what I mean? It's see how all the clouds move the color around? It's not just in the one spot. That's what I like about. Sometimes you can get lucky and get some really nice sunrises. Oh, let's see. Sunny, beautiful sky. No way. -20. It's 63 here. Hey, Chef said. I hope I've caught everybody coming in. Hopefully you guys can hear the birds. I do have new microphones coming in. I got to my son's house yesterday. I checked them while I was here. I used them in the morning before I left for over there. Put them in my pocket, which I probably should not have done. I got to get a little carrying case. And we got over there, and I could not get them to function. So we had to go without the microphones again. So we just stood there and talked about what was happening with his garden. I want him to be able to have a microphone on so he can walk around the garden while I'm filming. So I did order my new microphones last night, and I have a bag inside that I'm going to use, that I'll put my microphones in the carrying case they come with, which I just failed to do because I'm lazy. And then I'll put them in the bag and then take them to whatever location I go. And then next time it's going to be a dual set, so he can have a microphone on, I'll have a microphone on, so then I can stand by there and ask him questions and then answer questions on, and then he can just talk or I can tell him what the question is and he can answer it himself. He's a big boy, he can answer himself. He's a big boy. Who's a big boy? He is. Look at you know what that reminds me of right there? That cloud formation, that to me looks like a rack of ribs. And now I am craving barbecue ribs. And Taco Bell doesn't have ribs. They don't have any ribs here in southern Oklahoma. Alright. There, you got my somewhat southern accent. I'm going to put it up later. Got to put the tools up. (6:30 to 7 a.m. here Central Standard Time is prime time for the birds. They're super active out here. I keep doing these little short lives because I'm paying attention to the comment stream and seeing if anybody's not seeing their comments or if I'm not responding to them. So if you are commenting, somehow get a hold of me and tell me it didn't work. Post it afterwards in the comments. Because I plan on doing my live next Friday for the YouTube garden. And I'm hoping YouTube has all the weird stuff that's been going on the platform. I hope it's all fixed. It's starting to lighten up now, so. Well, I'm going to say that's about it for that. But what I'm going to do is let me take you over here and kind of want to show you what I'm doing. So this area is, this here's the green bean area. Obviously there's the asparagus. My fence is going to go here. This will all be bush beans right up to here. So where that line is drawn, basically right here, so from this line in the sand, from this line in the sand over to here, so if you can make out that line I just drew, here and here are my trellises. And there's part of my trellis, and then that trellis in there with the tiller. So here will be cucumbers, and cucumbers here on this part, and cucumbers here on this part of the trellis. Then what you're going to see is, if I come over here, I have my potato furrows right here. There's all my potato furrows, and you can see my green onion. So now what's happening is all of the rest of this area. So basically, from tree to shining tree, there's that. To about here. There. So from here to here is about 8 feet. So from here to that line is about 8 feet. And then what I have is I'll have little walkways in between everything. Okay. So little walkway over to my melons that the K and Mac project sent me. This little walkway coming in here, and then this, I'm going to dig this up today, and then this, and on the other side is going to be cucumbers. But now this section here, this will be beets and radishes and turnips. This will be beets and radishes and turnips. Turnips, not turnips. So that is the goal. That's going to give me about a 240 square foot section. And then, like I talked about, the leaving little zones all the way around. So and today I'll get all this weed trimmed, dug up. Then I'll get my fence here attached to here, and this side stapled to here. That closes the fence in. And then I have these borders all the way around, about 12 to 18 inches. So I can dig all this up now. And then where the potatoes are here, I can run a row of something here, like say I'll do beets there. And then I have all this room to come up with my weed trimmer, because that'll have a wood border. So that's why I'm leaving bigger borders, because then I can still grow stuff and then use it for the weed suppression stuff. And then here I got like probably a 24-inch section. This is my compost. So again, I'll come in with my border, and then next to the potatoes here, I'll plant one row of something, and then that gives me room to still come in and weed trim. Pretty cool stuff. Pretty fly. Then what we're going to do, let's step back out here. And now that the sun's not blaring down on us, we can get a good bird's eye here. And you can see there is all of my potato furrows. Standing proud, loud and proud. Then as we come in over to here, the other entrance, I'm building gates for those. They'll have the gates. And then where that tiller is, 4 feet on either side of the tiller and 30 feet wide, will be beets and turnips and radishes. I decided this year, because the hydroponics does lettuce so well, I'm just going to keep rotating lettuce inside. I'm going to get another hydroponic unit, excuse me, and I'm going to rotate. I'll plant one. 2 weeks later, I'll plant the second one. And then when I start to harvest the first one, I can start replanting behind it. And then, of course, my green bean patch, we're shooting for the 200 pints this year. My asparagus patch for my lazy man's gardening coming up soon. I'm going to be able to harvest this little 3x6 section this year. I can pick all these and eat these this year. Excited about that. Somehow I missed all of this being talked about. Hey, Kittles, I did not, was not scrolling, so I guess my chat thing maybe not isn't working very good. Hey, local review. I'm sorry I missed everybody. I thought it was frozen. Kittles is here. Natty. Yeah, I got up this morning. I've been up since 4. Um, I'm always open to suggestions. And I'll tell you this. Pause and Planola. If you know Pause, I'm just coming up here on the deck here. If anybody knows Pause, Paws, he's a pretty funny guy. He's got some really good content. Does really good cooking. Does bike ride and all that. He also had a good comment the other day. I break up. I have a big list. I have a watch please list 1 through 8, and he had said, um, "Why don't you create one big master list? You can still separate them. You just have them in 2 playlists." Which I was kind of doing that, except I had like 10 playlists, more than 10. So I was trying to break them up. So if somebody only wanted to watch cooking and watch me stumble around the kitchen, they could. That sky is beautiful. I mean, I wish you guys could see in real life what it looks like, but nobody wants to come down and visit me. So that's okay though. That doesn't hurt my feelings. That doesn't hurt my one feeling. Okay, guys, I lied. Here comes the sun. I can see it. You're going to see it in a second. I thought it was going to be too cloudy. It's starting to burn through right there. You guys can come down anytime you want. I'll make room. Hey, Missy. So anyways, if I missed anybody in the chat, mine wasn't scrolling for like 5 minutes. But here comes the sun. It's a nice big red ball right now. Wow. It appears to be a big red ball because of the atmosphere, but other days it's more yellow. So, but anyways, what I was saying was Pause and Planola. He does his 10-speed bike riding every day, like 20 miles. He does stuff with his daughter when they're riding. He has that really fancy bell on his handlebars that alerts people of imminent danger. He is a cook, and then he just kind of just does, like, I don't know if you call it a vlog or what, but anyways, I did go ahead and start last night. So I think I have 147 of my videos loaded into the master list now. So, and his recommendation was, and believe me, like I said, I am open. If it's a good idea on YouTube and it helps your channel to grow or helps other to help you grow, I'm all for it, because I'm all for that, for helping people to grow and my channel to grow. And I will just say the same thing he said. You can keep your cooking stuff separate if you want. I mean, you can do anything you want. I'm not telling you what to do. You can just tell me to go kick rocks. But make a big master list, and that's for watching. So that's for people that are trying to help you with watch hours. So if you have, 75 hours of watch time in one list, people can go in, click on it, let it go. It'll stop eventually. Then you just go back in. You'll see the red update line under each one. Then I go back through with my phone and I like them. And then I just restart it again. And then just work down through it. And then that will help that person with as many hours as they have in their master list. And then what you can do is, like you said, you can have a second list, because you can put them in multiple playlists. And yes, he will. I know he has watched mine in the past, Natty. And then what you do is you have your one big watch playlist. But then when you get new people coming in that are, say, they want to watch the frugal cooking, or they want to watch you do your Walmart hauls or whatever, they can go to that specific playlist, because they're like, I'm not helping people with watch hours. I'm just in this to be able to learn something on YouTube. I want to follow this person because they do X, or they do gardening or homesteading. That's the stuff I want to watch. So they can still come in and not have to hunt and peck through a huge list. They can actually go to your playlist that is farm to table cooking and watch all your farm to table cooking videos. So it does make sense. Yes, moments with Moni. Yes, that's, believe me. I was doing that in a small scale where I had watch please 1, watch please 2, and I was trying to keep 20 to 30 videos in each one. My theory was I didn't want to overwhelm everybody by having them watch 200 videos. There it is. It is popping fast now. But it does make sense. The more I thought about it when he mentioned that, it does make sense. You have one big one for everybody to watch for hours. They can just click on it and go. So it does make a lot of sense. And it's not my idea. It was, if you follow Pause and Play NOLA, I can put his link in the bottom. It was his recommendation that he's been really pushing hard for other YouTubers. And I'm still doing it because I have like 500 or 400 videos or something. So it's slow going. I've been adding and adding and adding. So I'm still working on it. That's great, Moni. Look at that, everybody. Look at that sunrise. The best part of waking up is Walmart brand medium roast red box in your cup. Not a paid promotion. Oh, a couple other things. So I got my new microphones. My son is doing a shade barrier that uses shade cloth and stainless steel wire that can be adjustable. He's doing that this week or this week. I'm gonna film that next week, but I'll have my microphones then. So you'll actually be able to hear my son talk instead of us yelling into the camera. Also, I have my potatoes scabbed inside. Tuesday morning, Lord willing, and the sun and the creek don't rise, I can plant 2 rows of potatoes. I'll have my cultivator ready to loosen the ground up inside the furrow. I have my compost ready, and we will plant those. I might even go ahead and plant my pole bean seeds right down here by my asparagus plants. So here's the other good news. I got an email when I did that review. Just so you guys know, if you go to that video where I'm reviewing that tiller, if you click on that link, I'm not asking you to go buy the unit. I don't expect anybody here to go buy that unit. They just make me put. One of the things is they have me put it in the description. So it's in my description, and if you click on that link in Amazon in my description, it'll take you to the page. And I've been sending. They wanted more snippets, more close-ups of it running the tiller, and then they wanted a few more, and I ran them. And then I ran photos or videos the other day, sent them off, and I got an email last night. My potato rows, Van Lot. My potato rows are, other than a 2-foot section in between, that's a walkway to get to where my melons are going to be. If I was to measure them, I think my rows are 35 feet long times 12. So I usually plant my potatoes about every 8 to 12 inches, the russets. So even if I was just to go 12 in each row, it'd give me 144 plants. Last year in this section here, the section I'm planting in this year is not as well composted. So I'm not expecting the yield I had last year, but in this section right below the sunrise here, I had, let me see if I can get that and keep the sunrise in. Yes, the sunrise is still there. This section here is where I did my potatoes last year. I had 160 pounds of potatoes there. I was averaging 2 to 2.5 pounds per, I was averaging 2 to 2.5 pounds per plant, per potato planted. So this year I plan to plant 140, 150 potatoes times 2 on a low end. I'm hoping around 300 pounds. Now, we're in Oklahoma. It is volatile. I'll tell you that much right now. I can plant them, and in 3 weeks, we could have 4 days of storms where we get a foot of rain. We could have a tornado tear through, a twister. We could have high winds and hail that breaks the plants up. So many things can happen. But if I get to harvest, I could get anywhere between 200 and 300 pounds is what I'm shooting for. Yeah, that's right. If next time I do my live inside on Friday, when I do my Friday live, I'll show you the potatoes. I have that whole therapy bench I built. It's got old T-shirts with potatoes at different stages of eyeing and sprouting. So, anyways, yes, it is. I'm gonna can some of them this year. My wife just came home with 16 more. I got we're getting our jars for about $1 a jar. I'm sorry, less than that. She's getting anywhere. Some have 12 in them, some have 16 in them. She's getting them from that auction site. They're all brand new. People just bought them, then they didn't want them or returned them, so they go to this auction site. They're still sealed and everything. So she's getting anywhere from 12 to 16 pint jars in a box for about $4. Some have been $2 a box. She's gotten a ton of the ones that are 12 in a box. She's gotten them for $2 for the box. Does it have to be in a warm room or cold? Uh, it just as long as it's just, I just keep it room temperature. I've never had any problem. I think my big thing was I was always told to kind of give them a humid environment, not wet. You want them to have like a humid. That's why I spray them down when I eye them first, put them under the thing, and then I just have that spray bottle and I spray the t-shirts and just keep it damp. And I don't really pay much attention to. I mean, you don't want it super cold and I don't want super hot, but our house is usually typically 75 degrees, which I've always had no trouble with it at all. Oh, your basement will be fine. Your basement's actually perfect. Yep. You're lucky you have a basement because if you could grow a lot of potatoes. Now, here's the other thing I might suggest because um, a lot of people always say, "Oh, I have a small lot. I don't have a lot of room. I only have a 20 by 20 back space. I can't grow a lot of potatoes there." Oh, thank you, JC. I appreciate that. I love the emojis. Thank you for the gift, JC. Um, so let me just tell you this, everybody. Go get yourself a bag of Connecticut Field pumpkin seeds. You can get them on Amazon. You can get them at Wally World. You can get them at grocery stores. You can get them at Dollar General, or Dollar Tree, whatever. Or just a brand that's heavily grown in the United States. Um, and look for one that, like the Connecticut Field, can give you anywhere from 5 to 20 pumpkins per plant. So if you can like pumpkin, if you enjoy pumpkin, what I'm doing this year also is, the thing that's nice about pumpkins is you plant the seed. It takes up a lot of room with the vines, but you only need 16 square inches to plant a couple. So if you are looking for yield, I would recommend, and you don't have a big lawn or a big yard, you have a 10 by 10 or a 15 by 15 small little section, all you need to do is going to go out with a shovel. It'll take you 5 minutes. Dig a 16 by 16 or a 24 by 24. Take oh, thank you, Van Lot. I appreciate that. Welcome, Van Lot, to the Spud Squad. Everybody, I have that membership thing. I don't push anybody to join. I just put it there because it was there as an option. It's cheap. It's the 99-cent one. It's as cheap as you can go, I think. And I don't even care about that. It was just, what I'm going to do is, once I get to 10 or 15 people, I got to check how many I have in there now. I'm going to start doing giveaways where I can actually, I'll do a giveaway where I'll have a membership video, not a video, but I'll have like a little live where they can come in, and I'll have a t-shirt or something. And then I can actually give a t-shirt away or a hat or something. So that's going to be one of the perks of that. So I am, just believe me, even though I'm not doing anything with it just yet, I'm letting it grow a little bit and then we're going to. Or I might just send people merch. We'll see how it goes. Because I have stickers, I'm trying to get some koozies, I'm trying to get some other things. So, anyways, back to the potatoes. If I would just tell Jay, go out and dig a 24 by 24 hole, just dig the sod up, put some potting soil. Just get some potting soil from your local Dollar Tree store. You can get them for $2 for a bag. At least here you can. Thank you, Natty. I appreciate that. That emoji was awesome. And then just take a spade fork, dig it up really good. Just dig. It's only 2 square feet, very tiny. Just dig it up, dig it up, dig it up. And then all you got to do is plant 1 or 2 or 3 seeds. And then you're going to mix that potting soil in with the regular soil. And then just build a mound, put 2 or 3 seeds in there. you could get anywhere from 5 to 20 pumpkins. That's why I like Connecticut Field. I was getting 5 to 10 pumpkins on each of my plants. So 2 to 3 plants could give you anywhere from 10 to 30 to 40 pumpkins. So you can get the most, like potatoes. I need, my garden for my potatoes is 20 by 40. So I got 800 square foot of potatoes where I can grow pumpkin. And if I got 30 pumpkins, if you average a 10-pound pumpkin, you got 300 pounds of pumpkin, right? And then I know Natty freezes some like I do, and her dog loves it. But if you really like pumpkin, you can can it, which I'm going to do. You have your basement, so it's cool. You can keep them down there for a few months. So you'd have all the pumpkin you want. You can freeze it, can it. You're getting a canner. You're doing canning this year, Natty. You'd have 3 forms, and I've even dehydrated it. So you'd have 4 forms of easy ways to, you know, store your pumpkins without with only using it. Now you're going to have vines everywhere. You're going to have like 10 or maybe a 10 by 10 section that's all full of vines, and that's okay because at the end of the year you just cut the vines. So you're not digging the dirt up. It's the least amount of work for the biggest amount of yield, I think, for most plants. That's just my opinion. That's awesome, Natty. And that's what I mean. You grow 10, 15, 20 pumpkins for you and Jay, you guys would have pumpkin. You could have pumpkin once a week. You could have pumpkin pie whenever you wanted, pumpkin cheesecake, pumpkin pancakes, anything you wanted. Plus, it gives you a variety of different recipes you can do for your channel. Plus, the way I look at it, as long as Jay has food in his mouth, he can't talk and I don't have to listen to him. That's just a joke, Jay. I was kidding. Jay knows I'm kidding. Oh, so anyways, let me get back to my news. So I did that 2 or 3 extra videos with that tiller, sent them off to the company. And I think the sunrise is pretty much finished. Let's look at the garden here for a second. So that little tiller over there is tore up this whole garden. I've used that back and forth. I got to tell you, before I get to my story, I was using the tiller. I have a cedar tree right there. See that cedar tree? I was over here tilling the other day, and this thing started winding down. Here I have it. It's plugged in. It's constant power. It should not be dying out, but it's starting to wind down. I can hear it. It's starting to go slow. And I'm like, oh, I've been using it for like 2 hours straight. I bet you I'm burning the brushes out or the motor's getting hot. So I tip it back to check the motor to see if the motor's getting overheated. Because it's a good unit, but you can overuse anything. You can beat it to death. I mean, I've been beating that thing. No, when I was over there by that tree, it didn't overheat. What happened was it dug up. I pulled up. I didn't realize it. It cut through about a 3/8 inch diameter. Okay, 3/8 quarter inch would be what, 6 millimeter. So probably 10 millimeter. Say 10 millimeter because for those in Canada, probably a 10 millimeter diameter root, long root, and it wound up in the tines around the motor, and it was still tilling. And I'm like, okay. So I flipped it down, and I was going to touch the motor if it was hot, and then I saw. I know I was just being funny, and it twisted around the tines, and that thing was still running. So I just took my knife, cut it with a knife, pulled it out, it went right back to normal. No, I can't overheat that thing. It was 80 degrees out here the other day, and I literally spent half an hour. I went this way all the way down from there to there is 50 feet, and then it's almost 30 feet across, so 1,500 square feet. I went back and forth, angled back and forth, pulled backwards for like an hour. I was in the garden user for probably 2 hours total, and I was just abusing it so bad because I'm trying to put it through its paces. Because I mean, I gave it a good review, and I told the people I'm gonna pound it and give it if it's gonna get a good review as initial quality. I'm gonna do one in a month and just say, hey, I've used it for 200 hours. It's still running strong. Because I don't want to recommend something because I gave it a good review, and I don't want people to go in and buy it on my word and have it burn out in a week. That's not how I work. I gave it a good review, initial quality. I will go back and do another one. Got my coffee. anyways, good news is I sent those 3 videos off. What's today? Sunday. I sent them off Friday. Got an email last night, because they are in California. So I got an email last night, and it said, Jason, we appreciate your review. Did a good job with it. We're happy, blah, blah, blah. We've loaded some more videos into Amazon, so you can go check that out. And it's just close-ups of me using it in the garden and stuff. I'm only in the one video, but it's got now 2 or 3 different videos. And they said, we enjoyed working with you. It was very easy to work with you. And we look forward to doing collaborations in the future. So I just sent back, well, I appreciate the kind words. You know, I said, you guys know also I do woodworking and all that, because I have a ton of stuff. They have some, my son and I have been eyeing up their equipment. And they have some nice chop saws, and, you know, they have a bunch of different equipment. They have woodworking equipment, they have gardening equipment. So I just sent back, I said, hey, if you continue to watch my channel, you know, I do homesteading, I do cooking, I do woodworking, we do a bunch of stuff. And then I'm going to wait a week or two, and then I'm going to send them my video where I was just doing that short video where I was building out of scrap lumber. I built that table, I built my cutting boards, and I built my rocking chairs, those heavy duty rocking chairs. I did make a couple raised beds, and I'm going to do the ones that stand up out of the ground. Yes. If you can look over there, I did do a couple little, they're raised beds, but they're not up in the air. They're just, you know, 12 inches tall. I made them out of the scrap lumber from the scrap lumber from my fence. My son does them quicker and better than I do, just because he's got his all set up for different sizes, because he sells his online. He sells them on Etsy. He sells them in the area. He sells tons of them in the spring. So he can make them cheaper than me, because he goes and gets bulk. He'll go get all the bulk cedar siding. He'll go get the bulk lumber, and then he can make them for, you know, to start out. He makes them half price what I can make them. And he's got all the things set up in his shop. He's got all sorts of forms and stuff. He knows, he just locks down these different things that he can cut the lengths all the same, and he can do, you know, 4 of those boxes in 45 minutes, all assembled and everything. He glues them, screws them, everything, so they're solid. And actually, 2 of those are his from last year. So yeah, that's really cool news. So I'm going to send them 2 video shorts next week to show them my woodworking stuff. And I have the one where I did I have the one where I'm building the fence, and I have the one where what was I doing? I was reworking that charcuterie board. Yeah, I'm going to send them those and see if they'll send me some other equipment. It's all unpaid. I mean, they said they might pay me in the future if it goes well. They do $200. They do $200 a collaboration as they move along with you. So they send you the equipment for free, and then they would send you $200. So we'll see if that ever transpires. Maybe they were just nice. Maybe they were just feeling sorry for an old, withered old man down here in southern Oklahoma with one foot in the grave and one on a banana peel. And if you guys weren't here earlier, if you can look down at the ground, you can see all of my pallet wood. That's the other thing I do. That's going to be my border. You can already see I got some placed up against the fence. Inside and out, all the way around will be a wood border. And then that's my compost. That's going to have grass clippings all year long. I'll put grass clippings in there. I'll put leaves. I'll put hay. When they're supposed to be coming through this hay field, which is like 2 years from being when it should have been harvested. They're going to come through and mow that pretty soon. And then I go in with my leaf rake. And I rip all stuff because it's like straw. Well, drops homestead. You push a button buying stocks and makes 1K LOL. Well, I'll tell you what. Drop, buy a couple extra stocks, make 2K, and then just email me the money. You can set your price in the settings by people that ask to promote or try their products. Yeah, I'll get there eventually, Natty. My thing was, I'm number one. I was shocked it happened. I had no idea it was going to happen. It was out of the blue. I just sitting there one day and I got that email. I'm like, no, this can't be true. This is spam. Um, Okies withered Eden. There you go, JC. That's right. Um, but I was just trying to get a couple people that would affiliate with me and do a collaboration, because now I have those videos and I have them saved in my Google Drive, and that's my portfolio now. So now I'm starting to gather a portfolio is what I wanted to do. Um, you can't really see it. I don't like to talk ill of people, but our neighbors, they're not very outgoing, and that's fine. Not everybody's outgoing. But if you look between her house, their house, I should say, they put this new shed in last year. Her house here, her garden is right here, and it's big. It's not quite as big as mine, but it's right here. I'll tell you what, hers could be in magazines. Um, she does all sorts of flowers and berries, and she's got the big hoops for vines and stuff, and she does a really nice job. But they're very standoffish. She'll look over here. I'll wave and say good morning, and she'll just look at me and turn around, and walk away. We've been there when they had a garage sale. I tried talking to them. They just kind of look at you and say, "Is there anything else you'd like?" And I'm just like, "Okay, all right, all right, all right, all right." They don't want to talk to me, and that's fine. Some people are just standoffish and introverted. That's fine. I have no problem with that. It's just funny that there's people out there that. That's right. Oh, no problem, Van Lot. You guys have a good day. And I'm not. I wasn't trying. Like I said, I wasn't trying to talk ill of them. I was. What I was getting at was she does a beautiful garden, and then I can't see it from here, but next time I'm down there in that area growing or planting stuff. Um, you'll see this little house right cheer. Well, if you go beyond these cedar trees about 500 feet there, that lady there, she's who I trade off my pumpkins with for her jalapenos. Um, oh, no problem, Pam. And her garden is probably 40 by 80. It's big. I'm going to see if she'll let me interview her this year. Her garden is so well placed. She weeds it. She spends all summer out there, her and her husband, and they work that thing. They till it multiple times. They really get after it. And she saw the one day on Facebook I had posted the I was doing a competition for guess the weight of the pumpkin, and she got it, nailed it right on the money. So I said, "Do you want to come get it? You want me to come to your house and drop it off?" So she goes, "Well, I'm not home right now." I said, "I'll just drop it on your porch." So I did. And then she messaged me back later and said, "Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. This is beautiful." It was probably a 14-pound pumpkin, I think it was. And she goes, "If you have any more and you're not going to do anything with them, just let me know. I like to use them for decorations." And that's where that all started. So then I said, "Well, as I have them, I'm not using them. They might not be the prettiest. Sometimes I have, all pumpkins are not pretty. Some of them get twisted and some of them get like lumpy." And I said, "Some of them might not be pretty." I said, "But as I don't need them, I'll put them there." So I was putting them on her porch, and I would just say, "Hey, don't be surprised. You got a pumpkin on it was me, blah, blah, blah." And then that's when we started, when she had extra jalapenos. She goes, "Hey, come down. I got another bag of jalapenos." And so I'd go down and, "Hey, Okie grower." And so I'm hoping she'll let me uh, interview her so you can see what she does. She is just an amazing gardener. I'm going to be doing more interviews with my son, hopefully with her. The nursery up the road, Denise, she's got a YouTube channel. She's getting it all set up again. She's got 100 followers on her YouTube channel, but she's very busy. Her mom is 96 years old, so she's taking care of her mom. So she doesn't have time for a YouTube channel. She started it, and then she just never got it to monetization. She has a few videos, but I was talking to her the other day. She's going to let me interview her, and she's almost ready. She's getting her YouTube channel set back up again so she can start doing videos and content. And I told her at that time I'll come up and interview her, and I'll post her her channel in the description. And she's a very nice. I mean, It's an older, they're older, very nice lady. She knows, she has more garden and growing knowledge in her pinky than I have in my entire body. Um, have a great day, Natty. With that said, I'm going to get going too because I really got to get to work instead of yapping. So thanks everybody for being here. I appreciate you spending time with me to see the sunrise, talk about the garden. We will see you guys Tuesday at the live stream when I plant potatoes. Everybody have a great Sunday. Hope you get to spend time with your family, get some good food in you, and just be safe. And we'll get another week started tomorrow. Everybody have a great day. Thanks for showing up, guys. I really appreciate everybody.